Navigating the diplomatic complex between Somalia and Ethiopia is like balancing on a tightrope where allies, adversaries, and interests converge in intricate ways. These 15 facts highlight the regional and global dynamics that influence the ongoing Ethiopia's access to the sea debate, impacting relations between Somalia and Ethiopia. Number 1, Egypt's support for Somalia. Egypt, engaged in a long-standing conflict with Ethiopia over Nile River's water rights, is one of the few nations openly supporting Somalia. Aligned with Saudi Arabia and the UAE, recently improving ties with Qatar, Egypt leverages its alliances to challenge Ethiopia's regional influence. Number 2, UAE and Saudi Arabia's strategic interests. Both the UAE and Saudi Arabia are shifting their economic away from oil dependency and are eyeing foreign investments. Ethiopia, with its abundant land and affordable labor, presents an appealing investment opportunity, making it strategically important to the Gulf countries. Number 3, Egypt's military influence. Egypt's military power and technical expertise position it as a significant actor in the regional affairs. Its influence could shape key projects, particularly those involving the UAE and Saudi Arabia, affecting the balance of power in the Horn of Africa. Number 4, UAE-Somalia relations deteriorate. Tensions between Somalia government and the UAE have escalated in the recent months. The deterioration of this relationship affects Somalia's ability to leverage Gulf support, which could have implications for its geopolitical position. Number 5, Saudi Arabia's cautious stance. Saudi Arabia takes a measured approach towards Somalia, not viewing the country's political and economical situations as critical to its broader regional objectives. Somalia's position is not a priority for Riyadh. Number 6, Qatar's interest in Somalia's ports. Qatar, a close ally of Turkey, is also involved in Somalia's strategic infrastructure, particularly its ports. This engagement places Qatar in the middle of region's broader competition for influence, further complicating Somalia's diplomatic landscape. Number 7, Turkish investments in Ethiopia. Turkey has made substantial investments in Ethiopia, with over 2 billion in direct investments and more than 200 Turkish companies operating in the country. To safeguard these interests, Turkey aligns with Ethiopian government, including the conflicts with the Tigray region. Number 8, Turkey-Somalia agreements on defense and oil. Somalia has signed 2 significant agreements with Turkey, one on defense and the other on oil exploration, both related to maritime interests. This involvement may inadvertently touch Ethiopia's aspiration for access to the sea, further intertwining their regional strategies. Number 9, strained Somali-Qatar relations. Somalia's relations with Qatar has become more strained since the re-election of Somalia's President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud. The weakening of this alliance limits Somalia's access to Qatar's political and financial support. Number 10, challenges in Turkey-Somalia relations. Turkey and Somalia have faced diplomatic challenges, particularly after failed negotiations in Ankara and increasing pressure on Turkish companies managing Mogadishu's port and airport. This could affect Turkey's future engagement with Somalia. Number 11, US and the UK back Gulf plans quietly. The United States and the United Kingdom are tacitly supporting Gulf countries' investments and strategic plans in the Horn of Africa. However, they are reportedly displeased in Somalia's recent resource-related agreements, which they see as undermining their influence in the region. Number 12, Djibouti's balancing act. Djibouti, whose ports are crucial for Ethiopia's trade, maintains friendly relations with both Somalia and Ethiopia. However, Djibouti is in a delicate position and may eventually be forced to take sides as the regional tensions escalate. Number 13, Eritrea's clandestine relations. Eritrea, locked in conflict with Djibouti and holding strained relations with Ethiopia, recently maintaining a covert relationship with Somalia president. Eritrea worry of Ethiopia's ambition to develop Navy presence could complicate Somalia-Ethiopia relations further. Number 14, Ethiopia's leverage through African Union. As the headquarters of African Union, Ethiopia enjoys strong diplomatic ties with many African countries, giving it considerable regional clout. This leverage is something Somalia lacks, putting it at a disadvantage in the regional diplomacy. Number 15, China's role in Ethiopia and Somalia's relations. China, Ethiopia's largest foreign investor, has been counting Somalia's neutrality in exchange for not recognizing Taiwan. In return, China is expected to refrain from recognizing Somaliland, creating diplomatic balance act between Somalia, Ethiopia, and China. The intricate web of alliances, investments, and competing interests create a complex diplomatic environment for Somalia. The Somali government faces the challenges of navigating these tensions while preserving national interests. Whether it can balance these conflicting relationships, particularly between global powers, Gulf countries, and regional neighbors, it is crucial for maintaining its sovereignty and regional influence. Ultimately, Somalia's ability to negotiate with key stakeholders like Ethiopia, Turkey, Egypt, and the Gulf states while maintaining international and regional pressure will determine the country's future trajectory in the Horn of Africa. Can Somalia officials find paths through these competing interests and protect the nation's long-term stability and sovereignty? That remains an open question.